morning, students. I am Rakesh Kumar. We are meeting again with the chapter Earthquake. I think today is the last day for this chapter. As I told in the earlier class that in next class we will do the question answer of this chapter. And I have also given the homework to you, that is write the keyword and you must know and memorize them. Today we have to discuss on the 2 points. First, the discussion of the question answer, and second thing, our target for the study according to the present situation. Why? Because in present situation it is not necessary that when we meet together with each other in our schools, so we must have to decide some target, some processes by which we will complete our syllabus. So at first I am going to discuss the questions answer. After that I will decide or discuss with you for our next program, our next planning. So as like the previous classes, at first I will I revise the article thoughts in the previous class. After that I go through the next topics, but today I am directly going to the question answer. As you have written the keyword and you must know, I hope that all of you must memorize the keyword and you must know, there is no doubt. So I am going to discuss the question answer directly. First thing, something to know. Here is that you must know, and here something to know. In this section, fill in the blanks. I think all of you have completed this. Dash are the smaller earthquake that happens in the same place before the main earthquake. You know, main shocks, foreshocks and aftershocks. So before main shocks, foreshocks, and after the main shocks, aftershocks. So here foreshocks. The high wall sea waves caused by the underwater earthquake are called tsunami, you know. But for the tsunami there is some condition, you also know. Earthquake is caused by a disturbance deep inside the crust of earth, or earthquake is caused by a disturbance deep inside the crust of earth. The waves associated with the tremor caused by earthquake are also known as seismic wave, you know. Geologists call the point of origin of earthquake as its focus. Destructive energy of an earthquake is measured on a Richter scale, on the Richter scale. Now here true and false section. In this section you have to decide which is true and which is false. It is now possible to give exact prediction about the earthquake. It is certainly false, because while reading the chapter I have clearly told that we cannot predict the earthquake like the meteorological phenomena, so this is false. Second, earthquake beneath the ocean floor can generate huge tidal waves. This is true. When the plates of the earth's side past each other, the energy released gives up to wave known as seismic waves. True. Richter scale is a simple linear scale. No, it is false, because I have already told that Richter scale is not a simple linear scale. An earthquake of magnitude 2.5 on Richter scale cannot be recorded on a seismometer. I told that you have to memorize a table in which the effects of quake with their magnitude is given on page number 336, in which it is clearly given that magnitude of 2.5 generally not felt but recorded on a seismometer, but here written that not recorded on the seismometer, so it is false. Next, in highly seismic areas, it is better to have a house made from mud or timber than those made by using heavy construction walls material. It is true. Now, optional questions means C. The minor quake, in this you have to tick the one option which is more accurate than the other three. In your PT1 and PT2 examinations, only these type of questions are asked. So you have to choose one out of these four, which is true. First, minor quake that might occur before the main earthquake is known as a foreshocks or aftershocks. So it is foreshocks, a natural phenomena whose triggering is not associated with an earthquake is. Earthquake, natural phenomena whose triggering is not associated with an earthquake is tsunami, flood, eruption of volcano and landslide. Now, this is a confusing question. In these questions, a natural phenomena whose triggering is not associated with an earthquake is. So tsunami is triggered by earthquake, landslide is also triggered by earthquake, flood is also triggered by earthquake. Flood may be caused without the earthquake, landslide may be caused without the earthquake. Eruption of volcano may be caused by earthquake. So, reply of this question is situation depending. According to, if we consider these book, then we have to opt the eruption of volcano. But someone may tell that flood is also not triggered by the earthquake. So you may write flood or landslide, but this question is asked in the context of this chapter. So if we have to give the reply in the context of this question in the context of this chapter, then we have to write the eruption of volcano. But if we have to consider a wide view, then we have give the solution as flood or landslides. So whenever such type of questions are asked, then we have to memorize the source on which such type of question depends. In these questions, this question depend on our chapter earthquake, so we must have to write eruption of volcano. Next, earthquake occur when there is a sudden release of stored up energy in Earth's inner core, mantle, outer core, crust. So it is crust. Now, the various layers of Earth are marked as A, B, C, D as shown in the figure. Now, on the basis of this, we have to give the question reply of some questions. The correct labeling of these layers A, B, C Earth are crust, outer core, mantle, inner core. No. Outer core, crust, mantle, inner core. This is true. A crust, B mantle. No. Because you know innermost layer is known as inner core, after that mantle, then crust and then outer core. So second option is true. Outer core, mantle, crust, inner core. No. Crust, mantle, outer core. No. Second one is true. Now, the epicenter of an earthquake is deep under the crust of earth, in the mantle of earth, on the surface of earth, in the core of earth. You have read that focus is the center of earthquake and epicenter is the point on the surface of earth. So here the epicenter of an earthquake is deep under the crust of earth. No. Here focus lie. So for this we have to write on the surface of earth. Focus lie deep under the crust of earth and epicenter lie on the surface of earth. So for this the epicenter of earthquake is on the surface of earth. The magnitude of two earthquakes A and B on the Richter scale were 7 and 5. The strength of earthquake A is 100 times that of earthquake B. Earthquake A is 10 times that of earthquake B. Earthquake A is 2 times that of B. Earthquake A is 1 by 10 times that of B. Now, see carefully or read carefully. 7 and 5 means at A intensity is 7 and B at 5. We know that on increasing the intensity by 2, destruction increases by 10 to the power 2. So on B5 and on A7, so there is increase of 2, 5 to 7. So destruction increases by 10 to the power 2. Means if destruction is 1 on 5, then it must be 100 or 7. 100 on 7. So at B5, so at B, if the destruction is 1, then on A, destruction is 10 to the power 2 means 100 times. So option A is correct. Earthquake A is 100 times that of earthquake B. Now, answer the following questions. What is an earthquake? You know, in previous classes you have also written the reply of this. State any three of the damaging effects of an earthquake. I think you have also written that 3 damaging effect. It can cause the damage of building, dam, etc. In many cases, great of life. Earth can also cause the flood, landslide, etc. For this, you have to see the page number 332. Most of students from you have written the reply of these questions because I have given these questions as homework. Now, explain the phenomena of production of shock waves. You have also written these. For this, you have to read carefully the cause of earthquake. Now, next, fourth, in the context of an earthquake, which of the 2 points, the focus or the epicenter, is deep under the ground? I think you can do, because you know the focus of earthquake, definition of focus and definition of epicenter. You have also written the question as differentiate between focus and earthquake. Focus and epicenter. So you can write, if it is not clear for someone, then I am going to make it clear. Focus lie deep inside the earth crust, whereas epicenter lie on the surface of earth crust. So the focus or the epicenter deep under the ground. So from focus and epicenter, the focus is lie in deep under the ground. Now, name the scale used for measuring the strength of an earthquake. Write the likely magnitude of a mild earthquake and a highly destructive earthquake on this scale. So for this you have to again revise that table, and with the help of which you can give the reply. Table means table on page number 336. Now next, an earthquake measures 3 on the Richter scale. Would it be recorded under seismometer? Yes, we can record the earthquake of 2.5, and here 3 is given. Is it likely to cause much damage? No, because in table we found that earthquake of 2.5 cannot felt by person but recorded on the seismometer, and earthquake of 3.5 can be felt by many people. So earthquake of 3 is less than 3.5, so it cannot cause the damage. Okay, now next, E. Explain in brief the cause of an earthquake. I have already explained what is the cause of earthquake, so you can write it from the topic cause of earthquake, and for such I want to again give some hint. For the cause of earthquake, we have the knowledge of the plates present inside the earthquake, means tectonic plates and their movement. When these plates strikes with each other, then earthquake is caused. Now, where are the earthquake more likely to occur? So, earthquake are more likely to occur in the fault zones. Fault zones means such areas where the earth crust inside the deep earth is divided into so many plates, and two plates strikes with each other, That region are known as fault zone or seismic zone, which are decided by the geologist. In this region, the earthquake more likely to occur. And next, Mr. Sarthak is the head of a construction company. He got a contract to design and building a housing complex in an area which was under the seismic zone. State the main precaution which Mr. Sarthak company should take so that houses built up by it are durable. For this, you have to take care of the safety precaution during the earthquake. In that, it was maintained that stay indoor until shaking stops and it is safe to move outside. Most of the injuries occur when people inside the building attempt to move in a different location within the building or try to run out of the building. And so many things are given, but when you read this topic, protection against earthquake, in this you find more things, means all the buildings in seismic zones. See the page number 337, need be designed so that they can withstand major tremor. It is advisable to make the structure simple so that it is quick safe. So, if Mr. Sarthak have to design a building, then we must have to take care of these protective measures while constructing the building. So, if you have to write the solution of this question, then you have to maintain the facts given on page number 337 under the protection against earthquake, mainly point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4 and point 5. It means you have to write all these 4 things when you have to design a building or construct a building. So, in this question, Mr. Sarthak is head of construction company and he have to design a building. So, Mr. Sarthak must have to take care of the safety precautions mentioned in the topic protection against earthquake. I am repeating again. Mr. Sarthak is the head of construction company and he have to design a building. So he means Mr. Sarthak have to take care or memorize or follow these precautions, these points mentioned in the protection under the against the earthquake. Okay, in this way we have completed the discussion of this chapter. Now, second point which I have to discuss with you. From the beginning of the class, I have discussed or taught you the 4 chapters of physics and 1 chapter of biology. In essay 1, there are 10 chapters, out of which 4 from physics, 3 from chemistry and 3 from biology. I have taught you 4 chapter of physics, that is chapter 4, force and pressure, chapter 5, friction, chapter 16, electric current and its chemical effect, and chapter 18, earthquake. Apart from this, I have also taught you the chapter 9 of biology, crop production and its measurement. Now, the 2 chapter of biology and the 3 chapter of chemistry are taught by Kiran ma'am and Sangeeta Das ma'am. Now, from the August, I and Sangeeta Das ma'am will revise all the 10 chapters taught by us, in which I will do the revision of 4 chapter of physics and 1 chapter of biology, that is crop production and its management. Now, problem is that in first periodic test and second periodic test, examination is being conducted by the school management, which is objective based. You know, half yearly is conducted on the subjective base, means pen paper test, but in the present situation, no one can say that when we are meet physically, it may be possible that our next examination, means half yearly examination, will be of objective type and online. It is possibility. So, we have to do the revision of our subject science in such a manner that we can give the reply of each question asked by the examination board. For this, we have to read each sentence of the book and try that whatever the question is asked, we are in the position to give the reply of each question. So, it is a suggestion from my side that you read each paragraph of the book, prepare the question by itself. As you know, in class 8 or 9 or 10, the questions are asked from the inside of book. In the PT1 examination and or PT2 examination, some questions are asked from the keyword, and you must know. So, questions are prepared from the inside of the book, not from the questions from the chapter end. So, my suggestion is that read each topic, try to frame the questions on this topic and give the reply. In our revision round, I and Sangeeta ma'am, means we are going to frame so many questions on the basis of a particular topic of a chapter. We have also formed a science homework group and activity group. In science homework group, we provide so many questions during the class and you have to give the reply of such questions. Also, so many students have not prepared the notes of the chapter. So, from August, means 1st August or 2nd August, or you may say after the Rakhi, Raksha Bandhan, you have to revise your notes. If there is some confusion, then ask from the concerning teacher on the personal WhatsApp of that teacher, means on my WhatsApp number or Sangeeta ma'am WhatsApp number, and send the homework on that group designed for the homework. And in your books there are so many activities, so you have to do the activity. We teacher, means I and Sangeeta ma'am also going to prepare some video and we upload them on that platform. So you have to send your homework in homework group and activity in activity group. I have provided the link for all our students to join the science homework group, and Sangeeta ma'am have provided the link to join the activity group. So all students join this group, and from the August you have to send your homework on that platform. For example, homework or notes of this chapter means earthquake. If you complete the homework of this chapter means earthquake, then send the homework of this chapter means earthquake on that group, not on my personal number, means class 8 science homework group. Okay, if you have any confusion, then you may ask from me after the class or on my personal WhatsApp number. Okay, but you have to send the homework on that group, means class 8 science homework group. I have sent the link. All students have to join that link. If you have any confusion, then you ask from me or Sangeeta ma'am. Okay, thank you.